Hey everyone, welcome to the LaCouture Lounge. I wanted to just do, a little intro video to tell you guys about myself, to tell you guys about the channel, to give you a little taste of, what you can expect. I hope that you guys will subscribe, hit that button down below. Um, a little bit about myself. Honestly, I'm the biggest Toyota fan you're ever going to meet. There's tons of people. I know people say this type of stuff all the time. But honestly, I'm pretty sure that I will be the biggest Toyota fan you'll meet. From cars, trucks, my projects. I mean, I've got all kinds of stuff. Again, a little background about myself. My first car was a 1995 Toyota. It's Camry, and I still have it. You'll see it within content and stuff. I've got a lot of work I've got to do to that car. Um, but that really started it all. Um, and ever since then, I've loved cars. I've loved working on cars. I've got Hot Wheels and stuff. What's funny about working on cars? That all came out of necessity. I was in high school. My car was overheating. I couldn't afford to pay a shop to fix it, so got a Haynes manual and just figured it out. With that said, I'm a tinkerer. I'm always working on something. My background, I'm an engineer. I'm actually director of engineering at E3 Spark Plugs, and I've been there for 15 years since I got my engineering degree, and it's just been awesome. But yeah, so being an engineer, I'm always working on something. And for years, friends have told me, they're like, dude, you've got to start a channel. Why, you've got all these cool cars. Why haven't you started a channel yet? Um, One of the first videos where a friend of mine commented and was like, "Dude, if you don't start a YouTube channel, I'm going to riot." And it was the funniest thing. It made me laugh. I appreciated it, and he was very serious. It was my buddy Hunter. Dude, if you're seeing this, shout out Hunter Rollins. Um, and yeah, I mean, it was just super funny. He's a creator. He captures photographer, videographer, the whole nine. And him telling me that I've got to be doing this stuff was just it was flattering, I guess would be the word. Boom! Look at that freaking grill, man. I've got this whole frame built in. I don't know if that's really gonna show up in the video or not, but I feel like I'm yielding a freaking sword or a shield. Look at this. Oh, this is gonna be so freaking awesome. Anyway, that was many moons ago. But here we are. I'm finally doing it. Between projects like that, where I just wanted to have, some cool artwork for the garage and save, the front end of I think that was off of like a 74 Hilux. Um, to a bunch of other stuff. I've got, tailgates on the wall, grills off of other pickups, and that's just random stuff in my house. I've got a lot of different cars that I'm going to be working on, and I'm always doing some kind of project. One of the things that I've learned over the years, I truly have a passion for like restoring things, like fixing things back to new, bringing them back. In today's day and age, one of these computer monitors starts having a problem or dies or goes out, and we just throw it away. I'm pretty sure I fixed this monitor. If I didn't fix this one, it was another one that I fixed, and after I fixed it, I gave it to my sister. Um, but the people just throw things away, and I really enjoy fixing things, and so I'm always working on something, and I figured why not document it and try to do some videos. I've learned how to do many things off of YouTube, so hopefully I'll be able to capture the content well and be able to spread some knowledge to some people and help them with their own projects. I've done engine swaps, I've done manual swaps, I've rebuilt manual transmissions. I've taught myself how to weld out of necessity. Again, shops a lot of times aren't going to want to do some small little project or bracket. And so I bought a welder and taught myself how to weld. I did the rear axle swap on my '77 Celica. I've built parts for my Overland Tacoma that I used to have. Again, just all kinds of stuff. So as far as what the channel is going to be, it's going to be a little bit of everything. Um, LaCouture Lounge kind of comes from the idea of also podcast form, right? Like I just love talking cars and projects and whatever with my buddies. And so, we'll have some guests from time to time. Um, where, we'll be talking about just different things, different projects. What do I think, constantly right now, big thing that everybody keeps talking about are the rumors of Toyota bringing back the Celica or the MR2. I've constantly got friends sending me the Celica, especially since I own two 1977 Celicas. That's the first gen. I see these and I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. It's all rumors. I'm tired of the rumors, and then they're pushing on, well, still it's great, it's going to be all-wheel drive. It's going to be this, it's going to be affordable. And I'm like, we think it will be. Secondly, I don't think a Celica should be all-wheel drive, nor should it be mid-engine. So I don't know what they were going to bring out. I'm very excited about it. So, when content like that comes out, when they officially release the car, yeah, we're probably going to talk about it. Um, I could do a whole video on how much I hate the new 5th gen 4Runner or 6th gen. I don't know what generation they're on, but the current 4Runner, huge miss, huge miss. And I think that they had a great opportunity to go after a new market segment, and they chose not to. I also hate how all of the cars are starting to look the same. The 4Runner has the front end of a Tacoma now. The RAV4 has the front end of a Tacoma. Well, they just redid the RAV4 again, so I don't think it does. Um, and the Tacoma just looks like a tiny Tundra. Um, so yeah, the 4th gen Tacoma, not a fan of personally. The 3rd gen was money. Um, but yeah, so again, that's gonna be a little bit of what the channel's about. We're gonna do parts installs, we'll do maintenance stuff, we'll do mods. Um, I've got a I've got a subwoofer swap I've got to do on one of the cars right now. All kinds of things. I guess to go through the stable a little bit. We're gonna go oldest to newest. I feel like that's the easiest way to keep track. So the oldest vehicle I've got is going to be a 1966 Toyota Stout. That's a small pickup. That was the pickup that they brought to the United States before the Hilux. I love this truck. It's got um, it's got so much character. It's got so much style. A lot of people think it's ugly, um, but I love it. It's such a cool truck. Um, One of my favorite things about the truck is it is a 4-speed manual on the column. Tons of people have heard of a 3 on the tree, but this is a 4. I'm hoping to keep that whenever I do a 5-speed swap. But the truck runs and drives as it is right now. I used it recently to get a bed full of mulch for my yard. Um, so yeah, that's a super cool truck. So that is Henry. Sometimes I name them, sometimes I don't. It's just a matter of does something come to me. The so yeah, the first one's going to be the 1966 Toyota Stout, and then we have two 1977 Toyota Celicas. The first one that I got was 13 years ago, and that is a GT liftback, 5-speed manual. I bought it on Craigslist back in the day. This is all way before Facebook Marketplace. I bought that on Craigslist in North Carolina, drove it back to Florida. I enjoyed it for maybe a year before I tried, putting a cam in and bigger carburetors, which ended up blowing the rings. So she's been sitting, honestly, kind of since then, going through a wide variety of mods from an axle swap to another motor and all kinds of stuff. The second 77 Celica is an actual JDM right-hand drive. I got it from a buddy of mine, rescued it basically from the junkyard. And so there'll be a whole, build where we talk about that. I'll get into more detail of how I got that car and everything, um, later. And then next up is going to be the OG, the car that started it all, the 1995 Camry. I still have that car. That was my first car I got when I was in high school. I put I rolled the odometer over to 400,000 miles on the original engine and transmission, four-cylinder automatic. Put me through college and everything. The cylinder head cracked. 3 years later, I did a motor swap and a manual swap. Ran the tail of the dragon with that car with some buddies, with some other Camry guys, just tons of fun, tons of memories. Um, so that's the 95 Camry. Then we have a matching pair of the 1999 Land Cruiser and the 1999 Toyota Epic 22 boat. Some of you have seen some content that's been posted about it before. My buddies over S3 Magazine, I did a podcast with them and they had a little snippet where I was talking about the boat. Love that thing. Again, matching pair. Um, so we'll have some boat content. And then I've got a 2000 Toyota Aristo that I just imported. That thing is just awesome. It's the Toyota Aristo V300 TTE edition, which is Toyota Team Europe. And the V300 in Japan came with the twin turbo 2JZ GTE VVTi. So twin turbo, it's my first boosted car. It's my first high horsepower car. Super excited about it. That thing again just rides like a cloud. Smooth, quiet. It's basically a Lexus GS 300. So we've got the 2000, and then I currently still have a 2001 Celica GTS, and that's the 6-speed manual. That thing's just a little go-kart. Super fun to drive. That's kind of the stable. That's the stuff that I've got. So again, lots of content around working on these things, from projects to maintenance to mods. I mean, whatever it is. So I'm open to whatever you guys are interested in seeing too. As I'm posting videos, please comment down below. Let me know if you guys like the content. Let me know what you might be more interested in seeing. Yeah, I mean, again, honestly, the goal is I'm just having fun. I'm working on my cars all the time, and I figured I need to share it with people. All of my cars are pretty unique, and not really anything that's cookie cutter. And just wanted to share with you guys. So I look forward to, honestly, this adventure, this journey. I used to have a card, but my motto is adventure awaits. This one's been waiting a while, but uh, hopefully to be some fun. And again, I look forward to doing this with you guys. So if you haven't, click the subscribe button, hit a like, all of the things. And I appreciate you guys tuning in.